Damn, Coquito, where you found this? PUWF exclusive. Featuring CeeJayWolfy, For-Terrell, Cardi M, and Alice Coquito. Welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are, however you are. This is the Post Evolve Review Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not in different time zones of the universe. We are actually collaborating with EOD Wrestling Hub 33. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
With Influential Sports, the rising star of sports and everything else. How are you, sir?
I'm great.
And, as always, CeeJayWolfy, and with the person who just sat down right now, For-Terrell. How are you, sir?
I'm doing better now.
All right.
Doing good.
Okay. I'm joined today, as always, with my special guest and co-host, Miss Cardi M. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hello, everybody.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is going to be a little weird because there's only exactly two matches. Gentala versus Carly Bright and the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match. We'll talk about it back and forth, everything else like that.
Backstage segments.
Yeah. And all the like.
Interviews in between, etc.
But let's talk about the beginning of the show. Kelly Armstrong comes out. Kelly Armstrong says, I told you I was going to be that woman. I'm different. I don't really care. Anyone comes out. I just want to know who's going to come after me and who's going to come after the belt. Now, mind you, Kelly Armstrong's, as we saw from episode 1, lost to future endeavor Danny Palmer. Episode 2, she said, fuck that shit, and just went on a rampage. Episode 4 and 5, she killed 2 people in the Cali Connection. Episode 6... kept going from there until we get to episode 13, where we get to that she won against Kendall Gray, Kylie Ray, a lot of K's in that fucking match, and Wendy Chu, as we talked about last week. As that's happening, freaking Zeta Steele comes out.
Yes.
And since
Looking
Ed,
like a soccer mom,
looking like a young ass soccer mom, I tried. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, when she comes out, we do this. Now, as she's saying all this stuff, you and I are just like we're trendsetters. We did something historic. You're the first ever WWE Evolve champion, and I'm the first ever WWE ID prospect. Which, by the way, I don't give a fuck about that. That was like a year ago. Let it go. It's like you're like Roxanne Perez that keeps like, I'm the prodigy. You were a prodigy a year ago. You're just a grown ass woman now that never wants to leave. But that's on her sleeve. That's the fuck she does. All right. After this shit, this is the part I fucking hated, and I have it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. After that, someone that I don't want to be on my fucking screen is on my fucking screen. Shout out to Brandon. We'll see you, Brandon, in about 30 to 40 minutes. We're gonna go into kick things. We don't know about that. After that, she's like, "Oh, anyone wants to jump on? Let's go." Nikita and Zeta say bet. They start beating her ass. Freaking Natalia comes out of nowhere and gets Zeta Steele out, gets Nikita out. Then she helps Callie with the belt. Callie's like, "Get the fuck away from me! I don't like you. You're Canadian." And paraphrasing. And after that, she's like, helping her, but at the end, CeeJayWolfy, Terrell, then we'll go counterclockwise. What are your thoughts on Callie Armstrong's promo, Nikita Lyons and Zeta Steele possibly being the next opponents, and possibly the boat as well?
Yeah. I think Natalia probably gets some involvement in this, especially from last week. But Callie's promo was okay so far. And I figured Zeta still gonna try to come out there and try to be like the first contender for the title anyway. And you know how, like Nikita said, like she wouldn't be want to go after the championship too. Whoever they go get crowned. So yeah, it's a start. I say it's a start. So I give it a B.
Okay. Terrell?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a pretty decent promo. Z and Zeta Steel is you know, always a disappointment.
That's right.
No, I'm playing, but no, I'm dead ass serious
I'm
though.
not.
But no, Nikita Lyons coming out there flaunting her stuff. I mean, it's cool and all, but
Oh, she gonna flunk.
Big Cat instead of be calling Black Belt Nikita is what you should be calling yourself, but you won't take yourself serious enough, so it's all good. And then we had Natalia come out there. I was happy to see Natalia. I'm always happy to see her, but I needed her to lock in that sharpshooter on
Zeta.
Zeta. So I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a B minus
Okay.
because she didn't lock it in.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that. Affluential Sports, your thoughts on the promo and the possible opponents for Callie Armstrong?
I like the promo by Callie Armstrong. I get a promo of B. I think it was solid. But the entire segment overall, I give it a C because Nikita Lyons getting downgraded from developmental is nasty work. I don't even know how you pull that off. Now Natalia being down there, it makes sense because she wants to build up the younger stars. So I do like that part of it because Natalia, we know she's willing to work with anybody, help them. She should have started on wrestling school. I think it'll go well. But I like Natalia being down there to build up some women down there. I think Callie Armstrong and her teaming up would be good because it's gonna build up her profile. And as far as Data Steel goes, I mean, they got to do something with the WWE ID talent because what's the point of making that whole thing just not to do anything with them? So I'm fine with it. I want to see how the match goes. I'll give it a chance.
Okay. And concerning Natalia being there to help talent.
That is absolute facts.
Now, EOD33, your thoughts on the promo and everything else after that.
For me, the promo was good. Evolve, I grade a little bit on the curve because a lot of them are newer, and I think after a while, because Callie, her promo was good, her delivery still needs some work with it. Sometimes it feels like she might have been remembering or rehearsing something instead of like her character. So, but it was good. Zeta still coming out, the real deal, Zeta still. So gotta put that out there. That's not a surprise because Vanity Project is the thing on Evolve, so it's just natural that she would just show up. Don't think she's gonna beat her at this point. And what's the other one? The Kia Lions hurt. Well, she did say she was gonna come back, so we knew it was gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna be this quick. And they're using her everywhere except for NXT right now because she's been on TNA a lot. Now she's here. I don't know, Natalia, like you said, she's always helping out, like training people like on her own time, and she should have her own school. I know they said she's thinking about it, but for right now, it's like kind of invite only. So it's good that she's on there because she's probably going to help them, develop more. So I give the whole thing a B. It was good, like, and now to have a division kind of for the Evolve Championship. So.
Okay. Now, I love Evolve. I give this whole segment a B as well. I love Evolve because of storylines. Case in point, Terrell, CeeJayWolfy, you and me, ourselves, saw this coming 6 episodes ago. So much so that I actually have the clip that I didn't delete it of 6 episodes ago. Stevie Turner said this.
You've been so impressive. And hey, Nikita, impressive win last week. I might just have to add you to the play-in match to determine the last spot in the women's fatal 4-way.
Look, once you crown a champion, then you can call me. Okay.
6 episodes later, she says that Nikita's like, I told Stevie Turner that whoever wins, I'm going after her. That is called continuity in storyline.
Yes.
Damn, that's fucking good.
Yep.
Rating.
I give it a C for post cut.
Yes.
Because that's why it felt kind of off. Like, I don't know, Callie didn't feel like, filming Callie. She felt like more confident, like a little bit more like detached from the character on Evolve, if you will. Because at this point, like, she's already in NXT. We know that. She's talking about NXT as if this future endeavor, but we already know she's there.
Yeah.
But it was a good segment overall. I'm not crazy about Zeta Steel or Nikita Lyons. And as for how long she's gonna hold the belt, I say a couple months. I mean, who knows? At
Okay.
least until season 2, or however that works out.
We'll get to that later. Okay. Next up. Excuse me. We go to the backstage area. Carly Bright is holding her left arm, or left shoulder. Sorry. She said that someone in a black hoodie attacked her. Now, let's get to that real quick. Now, CeeJayWolfy, Terrell, and Cardi M, we all know that someone attacked Brindley Reese in episode 4. Never found out who the fuck it was. Now we go to episode 14. Someone else has beaten it up. I don't have the button. Sorry, we're not on the other show. CeeJayWolfy, Terrell, who do you think it is that is attacking people backstage? Brindley and now Carly.
Damn.
I said Natalia.
Hmm.
Feel why I get Natalia. You might want to take him down, I guess.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, it could be sense, Terrell.
If I had to choose anybody, I would say I can't think of her name right now.
Was she
The one with no neck?
No, the damn it, I know her name. The one that always have the mirror.
Oh,
Chantal?
Chantal.
Yeah, Chantel.
Yeah,
The reason why I
Chantel
say
Moreau.
that is because there's supposed to be a different side to her that we don't see.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, so she's attacking people that she may feel like is a threat to her, or she has another side could play off of insecurities, and she's just attacking people at random, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll get you in a second, Ed. EOD33, who do you think is attacking them? And again, there is no limitation of it's literally whoever is on the contract.
Okay.
Anyone.
Okay, for me, I have like 2 ideas. One, it's either someone we haven't seen before, or 2, it may be based on the Chantel thing that you were just talking about. I think it's Diggs. It could be Diggs because she's been defending Chantel the entire time, and so you wouldn't necessarily think it's her. You would think, okay, who are the heels on the show right now? And really, Diggs isn't really doing anything. She just say, "Oh, there's another side of Chantel, another side of Chantel," but it might actually be her that's actually doing it. Give her something to do. So I don't know. That's what I think.
Okay. Ed Fletcher Sports, who is the mystery person attacking these women backstage?
I'm not really sure because I haven't seen every episode of Evolve. I haven't been keeping up with the last 2 weeks, but I'm not sure as far as this segment goes.
Okay, that's fine. It's just to give you free. Okay, no, Mr. Flint, no, thank you. No, just to give you context. In episode 4 or 5, Brindley Reese got attacked. We never found out. And then now this episode, Carly Bright got attacked. So it's only been 2 times. That's it. And they haven't really even given us a clue on who it is.
But was it the one that got released also? That was my first choice.
Oh,
but she got released. Yeah. There was
Danny Palmer got hit too.
So I thought it was going to be her until she got released. I was like, oh, well, I guess it's not going to be her then. So.
Okay. Yeah. Damn, I forgot about that. Sorry, Influential 3. I think it's Bailey Humphrey. It has to be her. You brought Gentala, and it wasn't Gentala because Gentala wasn't around for Brindley. Gentala wasn't around for Danny Palmer. Gentala just came out now. I don't know. We'll get to that in the future of life, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to tell us eventually. I think it's Bailey Humphries or someone like that. It could. What you're saying, Terrell, is not Layla Diggs. Is actually Mason Holiday. Mason Holiday is the one that's defending.
Holiday. Okay.
Yeah, defending her over and over and over again. And again, Mason Holiday seems like a person that can snap. I did it for you. Wait, for who? The fuck? Just beating up blonde bitches? Okay, do what you gotta do, bro. I get it. Sean Legacy has been waiting for this moment for 8 years. Timothy Thatcher says that Legacy is ready, and Legacy is like, "Yeah, let's go." Which I love. I had to go back and show Cardi M. It was so cute. Where Timothy Thatcher never smiles, ladies and gentlemen. You know that he never smiles unless he's trying to hurt people. So he wasn't hurting Legacy, and he was actually smiling. I was like, "Oh shit!" It's like Piccolo smiling. It's nice. Yeah. I respect it. So it's pretty cool. After that, we get a Keanu Carver promo, Mr. We don't know if he's hired or fired. We don't even know about that shit. Tonight means something to me. Those other 3, they just want the glory, the prestige, the fame. Nah, that ain't me. For me, the Evolve title, that's my ticket out. And I'll be damned if I go back to the streets of DC. Y'all don't get what I had to do to get here. So when I step in the ring with them three, I'm going to beat the brakes off them boys. And then y'all going to remember the name Keanu Carver. And again, great promo. It just shows who he is. But again, we don't know if he's hired or not. We don't fucking know. It really fucking sucks. Bless you. It really fucking sucks when you don't know if someone's hired. So
yeah.
We'll get to that to the end of it. All right. Next match, Gentala versus Carly Bright. This match, which I have it right here. This match lasted exactly 3 minutes. 253 minutes. Carly Bright tried to do the best that she could. She did an Irish whip to Bright with a springboard crossbody. And she did a crossbody off the top rope. It wasn't that great. This match wasn't that awesome at all, ladies and gentlemen. This wasn't a Bayley Sasha Banks. It was kind of sloppy for Gentala and kind of sloppy for Carly Bright. What I want to bring up is something that I've never seen before in my history of watching wrestling. And if anyone's going to watch this right now, viewer discretion is advised. Have you seen this move before?
Just a bit slow, and instead Gentala going back to work on that shoulder.
Wait a minute. She's got her locked in.
Goodness.
The Coquito binds.
Oh, that is it.
Now, exactly. Everyone's shaking their heads. No. Let's start again. EOD 33 thoughts, rating, and what the fuck was that move?
I like the finisher. I like the fact that Bright sold the injury, but I think even if she didn't sell it, I think it was a little sloppy. I don't know if that was by design or it just was sloppy, but it was a quick match. I figured they're gonna probably put the new person over. The finisher was good. The match itself was like, So I'm like C for the match, but I guess it was just a way to get her out there, and who knows? But the finisher was great. And Callie, and like I said, Bright, she did a good job selling the injury, but I think she's still kind of. It was like the fastest, slowest match I think I've ever seen in a while, because they were doing fast moves, but slow. Like Irish whips were really slow to get to the corners, and I'm like, what is going on here? But yeah, C.
All right. By the way, the move, and I have to say this and then spell it. It's called the Baku Naro Bind. BAKU space NARO space bind, like Pokemon bind.
How you say that?
That's how you say it in English. Baku Naro bind.
Oh,
that's exactly what it is, bro. It's Japanese. It made sense. So I'm gonna put that out there. Ed Fletcher Sports thoughts, rating, and they fucking Japanese and arm bars. Your thoughts on that?
Putting personal bias aside, since Carly Bright is my favorite wrestler in Evolve, the match, I think it needed more time, to be honest. I think with just 2 matches on the card, you could have cut one of the segments and gave it a few more minutes, because it didn't, like, they clearly didn't have any chemistry together, but they want to put the new person over. I did like the finisher, so that was the bright spot of the match. But it could have used a few more minutes, because it really didn't, because it was a slow-paced match. I give it a C-.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, because it was kind of a crappy, right? The finisher alone, since being so unique, was fucking badass. Terrell, CJ, thoughts, rating, and the Baku Naro bind. Go.
The match was short, so I mean, I was watching it and I liked it, but I just feel like
bless you, EOD.
He said it should have been longer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The match should have definitely been longer, especially when you got Carly Bright in the ring. It should have been longer. Hearing her theme song is always a joy for me. You know what I'm saying? It gives me that Beatles type of vibe, here comes the sun type of vibe. And Gentala, that finisher is crazy.
Yeah.
And y'all know I love a good submission match. Well, not a submission match, but a submission finish.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this match. I'm gonna give it a C. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give it a C because it wasn't long enough. But I do love. Sorry, Carly. I'm sorry that you had to tap.
Yeah, I like the finisher.
Yeah.
It is so unique. I really liked it. Yeah, and the match should have been longer. They should have gave it at least about 5 minutes or 6 at least. But yeah, it was decent. So I give it a C too.
Okay. Now I have to put the context that Carly Bright was injured by mystery person. So yeah, it should have been longer if Carly Bright wasn't injured. And it was a way to kind of protect her. Like she would have won.
Yeah.
She would have won if like Gentala's new, but Carly Bright is happy, but she's very technical for a happy-go-lucky person. But with a broken shoulder, you can only do so fucking much. You're not Daniel Bryan.
But before the match even started, the commentators were talking about how, if the smart thing to do is to target Carly's shoulder, and that's the first thing she did.
Yeah,
the match wasn't going to last long because she was doing technical moves
on that
targeting
fucking
her shoulder. Yeah. So
I give her that. Done. But again, that means that when they have the rematch, Carly Bright will win to prove that she's still in the standing. Again, Carly Bright, and if you look for the episode Influential when Carly Bright fought with somebody, remember the point where Swipe Bright were cheering Carly Bright and Zeta still got fucking pissed. She's like, "Hey, you got swipe left. Don't be cheering for her." Like, oh, she's cool, man. She's a cool person. Mm-hmm. It's Carly Bright just brings the energy of like, I just have to cheer for her.
Well, okay, so I kind of have a theory on like all the women wrestlers that are getting beat up backstage. Like, they all seem to be super positive vibes.
Oh yeah.
If that makes sense. And the one person who is not so positive vibes right now is Kendall Gray.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me wonder. And she wears a lot of black and gray too. So
it's fucking Kylie.
Why?
It's fucking Kylie.
Kylie Ray?
The only person who's making me not smiley is Wendy Chu.
Yeah, but ever since Wendy hasn't made her not smiley, this has started. The Kylie Ray match was episode 3. Brinley Weiss was 4. Danny Palmer was 7. Carly Bright was 14. Son of a bitch. We got it right away. I guess I'll find out. After that, Kylie Ray talks about after the match that she defeated Wendy Chu, which, by the way, they had to defeat Wendy Chu by everyone doing the finisher on Wendy Chu. Put that out there. And at the end, we talked about this last week, Terrell, that while Kylie Ray was like sitting down and like sad, Wendy Chu was in the background behind the curtain, like with her head popped out. And then they showed after the match, after that whole match, Wendy Chu pulled her ass from the curtain and to start beating the shit out of each other, right? As they were saying that, when Chewy Martinez, because I guess Chewy Martinez and Worlds Collide in here wears the same fucking shirt, same fucking pants, same fucking things, is a fucking bum, talks to Kylie Ray backstage. Can't stop me.
Not so smiley. And after that attack last week, I am so ready to hopefully call it quits because you get on my nerves no matter if you're smiling or whining.
Sorry about Chantel. Yeah, don't pay her no mind. Hopefully that mirror of hers shows a reflection of Chantel that we really know.
Now,
another comment about Chantel.
Now, before even that, Kylie Ray was saying that I was super happy, but once I met Wendy Chu, I've lost my smile. She said that. And Wendy Chu has just been viciously attacking Kylie Ray over and over and over and over for either to be a friend or to expose Kylie Ray. But that's not the point. We bring up the point that Mason Holiday says that, well, we just got to show what Chantel really looks like behind that mirror. So again, that could be a theory of just like, who's the person? Is it Chantal? Is it Mason? Is it Layla? Is it Kylie? We know it's not Zeta. Zeta's not strong enough to knock out Danny Palmer and the other girls. So it's not Hayes Jamison. She got so drunk she disappeared for the last 6 episodes. It's not the Rodman girl. She died, I guess. Either way.
Okay, proceed.
Vanity Project hypes up Jackson Drake ahead of tonight's main event, which I did like that kind of hype him up. Like, oh, you're the man, you're hundo. I'm not gonna. Sorry, guys. I'm not gonna give a shit about fucking Swipe Right. I hate them. I don't give a shit about them. They're just a virus.
They're popping off right now, which we'll get to.
Idris Enofe. He's back. He's in the locker room talking about like I've been gone for 7 months and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for the fans for not letting me like be with you guys, but now I'm going to be the Evolve champion. EOD33, your thoughts on the Enofe? Because we're going to get to another promo later, but we're going to talk about Enofe right now. What are your thoughts on him coming back and him being inserted into the damn match and him getting a chance to be even in this match?
Well, I was shocked that he was inserted into the match, but it's not a bad thing. The promo I thought was really great. Because I think based off of NXT, we haven't seen him like this intense ever. He was always kind of, I don't want to say comedy act, but he was more like almost happy-go-lucky. But this was really good, and the match he did have to get in was a good match and everything. So overall, I was shocked that he got in, but glad that he did get in at the same time. And the promo was good. It was really, really good. It's like a different side of him I haven't seen before.
Okay, I get that. EOD Wrestling 33, Inofe's promo and the prospect of him in the future.
He is going to be, I guess, one of the top guys in Evolve for right now.
Right.
But I think he's not going to be there for long. But for right now, maybe for this summer, he's going to probably be in that main event pit for what Evolve has as a main event, I guess.
Right.
He's going to be there, showcase his style and everything, make him more to a singles competitor. So when he gets called back up to NXT, then you kind of already know what's going on. So that's what I think is going to happen. He's going to end up back at NXT before the year is out.
All right. Influential Sports, do you agree or disagree on that statement?
I agree with what EOD said, and especially him having a more serious character, because him getting that early on, they can help him progress. And eventually, once he gets back to NXT, they'll probably have some solid stuff for him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Terrell, CeeJayWolfy, how long? That's a good question. How long do you think Inofe is going to stay and evolve? And how long will they either ignore him or admire him? Say it like that.
He'll be there for at least a good couple months to give his star power up a little bit as a singles, competitor. Because he been a tag team with Malik Blade back in NXT for like a good minute, and it didn't go nowhere. So yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this promo he did too, and I want to see where he's gonna go. How it's gonna go with him being being a singles competitor? And he doing pretty good. So he doing pretty good so far.
All right, Terrell.
Yeah, I like seeing him as a singles competitor. It showcases his skills a little bit more as a single competitor. And I say hopefully maybe by fall, we'll probably see him back in NXT.
Okay. All right. Now, Cardium, get it.
I don't know. I would like to see more of him, but I don't want them to burn him out. I think, it makes sense. I'll probably stay in Evolve for a couple of months. Yeah, I had a thought I was going to say about him, but I totally forgot.
Yeah. You have a replacements for Inofe once you send them up. And I want to say this to Inofe, if you hear this, you can get inspired by using the scar in your chest, because that's the scar that you got from your shoulder thing, and say, look, I got this because I'm dedicated for the fucking craft. I'm going to keep going and going and going, even if the scar goes around my body like fucking Akuma. I don't give a shit. I'm like that, like play into that. Like, just again, we'll talk about Mr. Iguana later. Talk about play into it. High Rise promo. Wesley comes out with TNT, which again, there's no reason for a tag team in Evolve, but they're there anyway. He says, I can't be none of y'all to see out here in Evolve. Well, look, when I walk around and talk to the kids in the locker room, I can see it. They have big dreams, a lot of potential, and they have a lot of hope that one day they're going to be become the next big thing. He starts laughing. Everyone starts booing him. And Evolve, by the way, if everyone doesn't notice this, there's going to be singular boo people. People that just say, boo, for a long time. We hear that multiple times.
No, that's what I was gonna say about Inofe is like normally you would kind of base it on crowd reaction, but you can't really do that with Evolve because it's just friends and family.
Yeah.
So
50 motherfuckers, that's it.
Just 50. Yeah, I do love that there's always like one person that's just like
booing.
Boo.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He says, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Like, that's not that funny. It's cute. Hey, it's cute. It's okay. See, look, I was the same way. Once upon a time, I wanted to come into the business, make it the best thing possible. I am the gatekeeper now. You want to make it to NXT, you're going to have to make it through me. And if you really think that you have, and thank you for Mr. Terrell and CeeJayWolfy to remind me to bring it up this week. These two people pop up.
Chewy, the pot is hot tonight. It is extra large.
Now, That's right.
London?
No, that's Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel. Now we see Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel. I see what you're brewing up. I really do. Tyson and Tariq are impressive. Your mentorship is paying off. Wesley's like, why are you out here though? Wait, let me guess. The barista and his buddy want the rematch. Cappuccino Jones says, I'm not out here looking for a rematch. I'm out here because I want a match against you. You're out here calling yourself the gatekeeper. And yeah, you've been the human highlight reel for years. And I respect that. But lately, Wes, whatever you've been sipping on, it's been tasting pretty bitter. And then the crowd's like, you are bitter. Wes is like, no, I'm not. You are bitter. Again, I love this crowd. They're fucking assholes. They'll turn on you in a second. Cappuccino Jones says, hey, you can hate me all you want, but you want to be the measuring stick. I want to see how I measure up. I feel deep down that I got what it takes to get to NXT, and the best way to back that up is to go one-on-one against one of the staples of NXT. Wesley says, Jones, you really should stay behind the curtain, dog. You want the match next week? You got it. And we get Wesley versus Cappuccino Jones next week. That's going to be a showstopper.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch of sports. What are your thoughts on this match next week of Wesley versus Cappuccino Jones?
Wesley has been in NXT since the Cold War. And now before I get into that, I'm really mad about the way they're doing Wesley, because it's like realistically speaking, he's been there since the 2.0 era, if I'm not mistaken, when he had the locks. And so now it's like you don't have any intentions of calling him up, so you just send him to Evolve to do stuff. And he's way higher than that. Like, I don't think nobody that's on Evolve is on his level. And there's people on NXT that he's still better than right now. So it's really just embarrassing and sad that they had to get relegated to this. And then Tyson and Tariq, I didn't even know they could talk like that. Like, the way that they've been talking on Evolve, like, I done seen some of their stuff, they do good work there. So I don't know why they're not featured more on NXT as a tag team. Because they can actually talk. But the match with Wesley and Cappuccino Jones, it's going to be a fun match. I do like it. It's going to help Cappuccino Jones get over. It's definitely going to help him out. And I do like Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel as a tag team. But the tag team feud won't do nothing for Evolve when you don't have any tag team titles. You don't even have enough tag teams to do that at this point. But if I was WWE, I would do a pay-per-view with NXT and Evolve. Not yet, but probably around like their 30th episode, do something like that to feature them more.
That's true. Makes sense. Cardio.
Yeah, I don't mind having Wesley and Evolve because he was getting kind of buried in NXT. But no, the pay-per-view for like Evolve and NXT isn't a bad idea actually, because they have so much crossover potential. So that could be fun.
They can do another Worlds Collide, a AAA, NXT, and Evolve as well if they want to. And a little bit of LFG if they want to mix it in, and ROW since Booker T wants to put his fingers in everything. We'll talk about that later on tonight. CeeJayWolfy Terrell, thoughts on Wesley and Cappuccino Jones for next week?
I'm looking forward to it. They're gonna have a banger next week for sure. And Wesley being down there, it'll kind of help out some of the mid card superstars they're trying to get up there. And yeah, he's a good one to do it. So yeah, and High Rise, yeah, they need to step up on NXT because they were doing a good much on Evolve. They need to bring their energy on NXT too. So they need to do that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it next week.
Yeah, I'm excited about the match with Cappuccino Jones and Wesley. Wesley is my boy, but no, like Ed said, the way the utilization of Wesley right now it's a letdown.
Yeah,
it's a letdown. He's way too talented. You know what I'm saying? As far as the eyes can see, like he could probably do stuff that we have never even knew that he'd probably be capable to do because we know WWE don't like to take risks. You know what I'm saying? We see how Ricochet is now in AEW. He's taking more risks now than we have ever seen in WWE. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the match, though, because I think it'll be good for Cappuccino Jones.
Okay, give it that. EOD 33.
It's the Boston push.
Oh, I'm not sure if they're going to follow any kind of storylines and stuff, but I thought Lexis King was the gatekeeper. They're going to do some Wesley and Lexis King at some point. But either way, I think it's going to be a good match with Cappuccino Jones. I do like the puns that he always doing with his gimmick with the bitter and all that stuff. I do like that. And y'all right, Wesley should have been get called up, and they are kind of doing him pretty dirty, but it is what it is. With TNT, they've actually shown, like you were saying, more on Evolve than they have on NXT proper. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be a good match next week. I don't know if y'all doing predictions right now. I only can see it going one way at the end, but it's going to elevate. I think it's going to elevate Cappuccino Jones, no matter what ends up happening. So.
We like the reason we don't do predictions because we know Wesley's going to win. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah.
That's what's up. But Influential, you were going to say something before EOD said something?
He should have kept his dreads. He cut his dreads and lost his push.
Yeah.
Guess no one's coming back.
Yeah, that was an oh yeah from Terrell as big as his mouth was like, oh yeah. You want to say something, Cardi?
No, I said my piece already.
All right. After all that was said, we get someone new, which is kind of weird here, ladies and gentlemen. Someone that came out of nowhere. The one word popped up, and Cardi M's ears popped up. Marcus Mathers, not Marshall Mathers, but Marcus Mathers. Yeah. I'm waiting a very long time to introduce myself to the universe. He's been a wrestler for 6 years. He's had over 650 matches under his belt. Holy shit, under 6 years. Proving that I'm not just Philly's finest, but I'm the finest in WWE. Her eyes lit up. Speaking of WWE ID, this was made for men and women to use this role. Basically, he's new. Now, EOD, how long? Not even how long. How many matches do you think he'll have until he'll get a shot for the title?
Let's see. I don't know how Evolve math works and everything. Since it seems like we're like in season 2 right now after only like a few months. Probably. Let's see. We already know. Okay, probably around SummerSlam. I can see that happen. Like 2 months.
Okay.
2 months. He'll get a shot at the title.
Okay. All right. Influential. How long? Yeah. How long do you think he goes after? Because they're showcasing him. Either they bury him or they do something with him. So how long do you think he goes after the belt?
I say 3 months because he'll probably have a few men. I say 6 matches before he gets the shot because 2 of those matches are probably be against people on the lower end of the card. So he's gonna have to beat some of the top talent there, like a Jackson Drake probably. Like maybe him versus Jackson Drake could be a number 1 contenders match.
Okay. Terrell, CeeJayWolfy.
No, because he just with the other guy. What's the dude from Sean Legacy?
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. I'll give you that. All right, Terrell, CeeJayWolfy, how long do you think he's gonna go until he fights for the belt?
I say Levi. About 2 months.
2 months? Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Terrell?
Yeah, it really all depends on who they have next up for the belt. Mm-hmm. We got Sean Legacy. We got
Inofe.
Yeah, Inofe.
He might come forward.
Keanu, we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Harlem Lewis is a good runner-up.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So I'm gonna say 3 months. Let's say 3.
Okay. All right. Cardi, Philly native. How long does he have until he fights for the belt?
I say within 2 months he's gonna challenge for the belt.
Okay. All right. EOD brought up a good point. This is fucking Evolve math. So we have to not equate it by months, but equate it by episodes.
Yeah.
So I would equate it by 7 to 8 episodes. So about a month to a month and a half.
Well,
at the most.
This thing 8 episodes is about 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And that checks out.
Evolve is the hyperbolic time chamber in Dragon Ball Z. Time goes faster there than anywhere else.
It's like a little time pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
It's backwards in time, but then it's current at the same time.
Yeah, Callie will have that belt for about 3 to 4, maybe 3 months. That's it. In her world, that's like a year. Honestly, I feel bad for her, but that's how it is in Evolve. But
Man.
That is, you have no fucking idea more than anything else. We get to the main event, which is something I actually was very happy to see. Fatal 4 elimination. Keanu Carver versus Jackson Drake versus either Inofe versus Super Strong Legacy, which they actually call him Super Strong Legacy. Sometimes it evolves. Sometimes. Carver punches Drake right in the damn face the second the bell rung. That was beautiful. Just get your ass out of here. Then Inofe and Strong Legacy try to go after. I don't have to have any notes. I remember this. This was a 12-minute match. Strong Legacy and Inofe would try to go after Carver. Carver did a double clothesline after that. Then, after a couple moves back and forth, Jackson Drake comes in, and they realize the greatest weakness of big guys, of Miro, of the fella, all these big guys. Body of granite, neck of sand. Freaking, they went enziguris on Keanu Carver's face, super kick on his face, one after the other. Freaking. They took him to the corner, did a couple enziguris in the thing. When he got to the ground, and he's on like position. Jackson Drake did it unaliving, which I wish it's called just the unalive, but it's called the unaliving, just a running sliding knee to the face for the 1-2-3, thus proving that Keanu Carver is powerful. But if you hit him in the face like 8 times consecutively, his ass is gonna stay down. Good to know. Good to know. That's his weakness. Just 8 punches to the whatever. Before we continue, what are your thoughts, CeeJayWolfy and Terrell, of Keanu Carver being the? No, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself, and I apologize for that. Before Keanu Carver got eliminated, Sean Legacy did his thing. It's a Jackson Drake. Inofe was trying to go after Keanu Carver. Keanu Carver said, "You're the first puppet, motherfucker." Got him in his special and an inverted jackhammer for the 1-2-3. So Inofe got eliminated first. My apologies. What are your thoughts, CeeJayWolfy and Terrell, that Inofe got arrested? And by the way, I think it was you, CeeJayWolfy and Terrell, that predicted that Inofe was going to be the first to get kicked out.
No, I think mine was with Keanu being not that first. But it's with interference with Harlem Lewis. Be like it's kind of surprise thing. He come out there and jump him and get him ejected out of the match. Yeah, he was the first. But then like seeing there, like, oh, okay. So they gonna knock him on out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Terrell.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I predicted that he was going to get eliminated first.
Yep, it was
just out of the match completely. And then we talked about Keanu as well. To see him get eliminated second, that kind of gave me like almost like a Wendy Chu type of feel. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, they got him out. So I was just like, damn. Like, so it was down to Jackson and Sean. Super Sean.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. Ed Fletcher Sports, your thoughts on Inofe losing first and then Keanu Carver. And actually, yeah, Terrell's right. You did the same thing as Wendy Chu. Everyone did their finisher on instead of Wendy Chu's body, they did it on his head. And then, so what are your thoughts on that?
Inofe getting eliminated first is the most logical booking I've seen WWE do in a minute, because he was inserted into the match last minute, so it's really no realistic way or possibility for him to win the match since all the other guys had already been prepared for it. Now, and then the way they followed up with that didn't make sense to me. But Keanu Carver getting eliminated, I thought he should have won the match personally, but I don't know what's going on with his contract or whatever. So I know we're going to get into that later. I thought he was going to win the match with how dominant of a force he was. I feel like he would have been a good first option to be champion. So I was surprised to see him get eliminated second.
Okay. All right. EOD 33, your thoughts on Inofe first, Keanu Carver second.
All right. I was shocked that Inofe got taken out first. I actually thought he was going to be part of the final two. Carver, I actually thought he was going to get eliminated first. Kind of not exactly how it happened, but I did say they're going to have to team up to actually beat him in the way they actually did with the pin on top of a pin to hold him down. That's actually how we got eliminated, which was, I was like, it was pretty ingenious. I forgot, I'm like, oh yeah, it's an elimination style match. So by pinning them, and I think Jackson Drake went on top of the other guy to hold him down to get the pin. That was actually pretty good. So because we don't, like, you're right, we don't know what's going on with his contract. Because we don't know what's going on with his contract, that was the reason why it's like, okay, they're probably going to let him go out first. Whether they had to retape it or whatever, I don't know. But he was the most logical person to win. But I didn't, because of whatever's going on, I figured he probably wasn't going to win this match. So.
Cardian.
No, yeah. If you go back to last week's episode, you guys definitely predicted like the order because we guessed that at the end, like who was gonna get pinned first, and you guys definitely had some correct predictions. I did not, however, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it to go that way, or I was, but I was kind of hoping it wouldn't. Inoue being pinned first, that was sort of a surprise. Keanu, I wasn't happy about the fact that it took, like, they did kind of give him the Wendy Choo treatment. Like, I agree about that. I was going to say it'd be crazy if they do the same thing where, like, it takes everybody to pin one guy and then you worry about each other later. So I think it would have been cool to see Legacy pin Keanu by himself because I knew he could do it, but I guess Jackson had to, interfere.
You had to help.
Yeah. And then obviously, yeah.
We'll get to the next part. After that, back and forth, everyone was doing their specials. They I forgot what the name of the special that he does. He does like a front flip to the ropes and then he does a cutter. This guy does it as well. Freaking lethal injection. He does a lethal injection to Shawn Legacy, just a 2 count. He does almost, and you said this too during the match, he did like 3 finishers back to back to Shawn Legacy. And Shawn Legacy kept kicking out at 2. And you're like, he has about maybe 1 or 2 left in the tank, and then he can't kick out anymore.
No, just in general, the match had 1 or 2 more pins.
Shawn Legacy was doing his shit. Jackson Drake was doing his shit. At the tail end of the match, Shawn Legacy was about to do something to Jackson Drake. Jackson Drake threw him or pushed him into the ropes. The ropes hit him in the neck, supposedly. That's how he sold it. Shawn Legacy lifted him up to do the special. And ladies and gentlemen, because this is on Tubi, we get to see it.
Oh, wait, he's looking for it? Jackson Drake's looking for it? Unalive me! And now the cover for the title! That's it!
Shawn Legacy grabbed his throat. He let go. Jackson Drake hit him with a kick and then did the unaliving for the 1, 2, 3. For the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, your new Evolve champion, the Carolina Reaper, Jackson Drake. And Javon Evan comes out, gets the belt, gives it to Jackson Drake. They hug like they were brothers. And then it was like about 6 seconds. And then Jackson Drake realizes, oh shit, I'm with Vanity Project. I'm supposed to be a douche. Get the fuck away from me, bro. And then Zeta's still doing the whole like gyrating thing, like she's like has lice in her pants. Jackson Drake, your winner. CeeJayWolfy Terrell, your thoughts, rating, and the future of Jackson Drake.
Yeah, I liked the match. It was really good. And Jackson Drake being the first ever Evolve champion, he probably can do good. He probably gonna have a good run with it. So he can go in the ring. So I can think he can probably have a good run with the championship. So I'll get this match up. Hey.
Okay. Terrell.
Yeah, I have to rate this match A as well. Everybody did their thing in the ring. As far as with Jackson Drake, he came out on top. And I love Jackson Drake. His in-ring skills are amazing. And hey, I mean, it's a Vanity Project show now.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Okay. Influential Sports, thoughts and rating.
I enjoyed the match. This was a really good Fatal 4-Way. Like WWE don't even do Fatal 4 elimination matches much. So seeing them do it back-to-back weeks was really fun to see. I do think that finishers need to be more protected, especially in Evolve. Like wrestlers taking out of different multiple finishers, I think they should be safe when they get called up to NXT. And it's like forget the word I'm looking for, but it's like they kind of like realized they're in a bigger stage now, so it's not going to take just one. But
Yeah.
I get a match A minus because I think Sean Legacy should have won it personally. Like, because I think the way they had been featuring him on NXT, having him do stuff there, like I felt like the way they was presenting him to the WWE fans, I felt like Sean Legacy was going to win it, and that would have been a big moment. But the match was good, which is why I don't have a problem with Jackson Drake winning it. But I don't know how I feel about the Vanity Project as a whole. Jackson Drake having the title is going to help elevate them. Now it's just where does that lead to other people in the group? I want to know where they go with that.
Okay, I'll give you that. EOD Wrestling, your thoughts and rating of the match?
All right, my rating was an A. The fatal four-way elimination was good, but when it got down to Sean Legacy and Jackson Drake, it got even better, which was crazy. So I have to give it A. I did predict that he was going to win the Evolve Championship, mainly because of how they have Vanity Project out. They're the thing on the show, so it only kind of makes sense that you have somebody wearing gold as part of the or silver, whatever the belt's made out of, as part of the group, so it can legitimize the group a little bit more. The only reason I thought it was going to be Anofi and Drake, but the reason why I didn't think it was Sean Legacy, if you saw the show, so you know why, Alex. I'm like, fret not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's long for Evolve. I think he's personally going to win the NXT North American Championship on Tuesday. So I think that might have been why, because they've been featuring him a lot, but he's beyond Evolve right now. He doesn't need Evolve. So that's why I'm okay with him not winning the title, because I think he's about to get called up anyway to NXT proper. He's been on there enough times as it is. So, but it was a good match. To me, it was a really good match to give it A. Vanity Project, they're the thing on Evolve right now. So
okay, I'll give you that. I give it an A because it was a good match, good storyline, good psychology between everything. You leave Keanu Carver alone with one character that's not Harlem Lewis, he'll destroy him in less than 1 minute. That's just a fact. Then you realize that if you can defeat Keanu Carver by destroying his head like 6 or 7 times plus the unaliving, do it. Done. Now you have a problem in the future because Keanu Carver, if he's still employed, will go after Jackson Drake and will go after Sean Legacy just for pride. Like, I should have won the fucking match and y'all had to fucking hit my head, so fuck you. That's something else. Jackson Drake winning, here's the problem with this. He'll probably be the only one who has a belt because unless they make a Evolve Tag Team Championship, Swipe Right or just a tag team that will fight just random dudes every 3 months. And Bryce Donovan, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bryce Donovan Show. We have the button for that. Is not going to do anything at all except just stand there and do nothing, which is a waste of fucking talent. And Zeta Steel, as long as Callie Armstrong is alive, I can put money $1 every week. She will never win the belt off Callie. Never. They have to make a sub belt, like not even the United States Championship, like a Arizona Championship for Zeta Steel for her to win some shit, bro. No, nothing against Arizona. Don't come at me, Arizona people. Oh my god! But let's talk about let's talk about this right now. Let's get to the last 2 topics of the show. We're gonna go counterclockwise. CeeJayWolfy Terrell, Sean Legacy versus Ethan Page on Tuesday. Yes, who wins? That's it. Who wins, basically?
I think Ethan retaining.
Okay. Terrell? All right.
I say Sean needs to win, so Ethan can go to the main roster.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. The little 50-50. Influential.
It's tough because it's 2 routes they could take with this. I could see Javon Evans interfering to make Ethan Page lose, but I don't think Javon winning off of Sean Legacy would mean as much as it would with Ethan Page because of the story they got with the broken jaw thing. So I do think Ethan Page will retain the title and it'll end up leading to Javon Evans beating Ethan Page for the championship. But Sean Legacy, he could get back at it in the future against Javon Evans. They could run it back. Ethan Page would probably be called up once he loses the title.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, give me that. EOD, like full thoughts on that. Like Sean Legacy, for example, wins the belt. Ethan Page goes up. add-on question: how long does Shawn Legacy have the belt?
All right, like you already said, I said earlier, I think Shawn Legacy is going to win the belt, mainly because Ethan Page don't need it. And when he had that little brief appearance on SmackDown, he looked pretty good on SmackDown. Looked really comfortable on SmackDown. So they can use him on SmackDown more than they can use him on NXT at this point. And the whole point of NXT is like Evolve to get the guys ready for the main roster. So there's no reason for Ethan Page to have it. I get why they have it. We can have a face and a heel. I get it. But I think Shawn Legacy, and I do believe at some point Javon Evans and Shawn Legacy will fight over that North American title at some point. But yeah, so that's why I think Shawn Legacy is going to win it. I think Ethan Page is going to get called up to SmackDown, and everything will be right in the world. Javon Evans, I don't know who's going to switch first, but it's going to be Javon Evans and Shawn Legacy for that North American title at some point.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right, Cardi M, who wins, Shawn Legacy or Ethan Page on Tuesday?
I kind of hope Shawn Legacy takes the belt off of Ethan Page, and yeah, it makes more sense for him to go to the main roster. He's not working at NXT.
Yeah,
he doesn't belong at NXT, I would say.
Okay. Shawn Legacy for me, and then you can do a Shawn Legacy versus Javon Evans, and even if you can go a step beyond, you can do Shawn Legacy versus Jackson Drake versus Javon Evans, 3-way. So many fucking possibilities. Shawn Legacy versus Wesley. Oh, what the hell? You're a nobody, and he goes after Shawn Legacy, and they have a fucking banker match. Like, you can go so many ways with this, and again, I would say 2 months. 2 months. That's it. He has the belt, and then bye-bye. Now for the second topic, ladies and gentlemen. Keanu Carver, is he here? Is he not? Is he a ghost? Is he like the Rock movie where he has a big giant, anyone who knows. EOD Wrestling 33. If he's still with us, how high is his ceiling? Let's just say it like that. If he is with us. If he's not with us, how long will we see him in Evolve? Because after a certain time, he's out. That's it. They just cut his ass out and bye-bye.
All right. I don't follow his Instagram, but I follow his Twitter.
Yeah.
And he's been posting other stuff like on Twitter and stuff. Not other stuff, but like people that's been released. He's been posting like Ormensa had a little thing, so he reposted that. So he's doing that. So like I don't know if he's still with the company or not. If he is with the company, I think it might have been a good decision for him not to win the Evolve Championship still, but to still get called up to NXT because they're just throwing big men at Oba right now, and you can just throw him at Oba. You're gonna feed him to Oba, but he's a big guy that can go against Oba. And I guess I thought him and Harlem Lewis would have a forever feud, but who knows what's going on with that. If he's not with the company anymore, he'll be in AEW or something probably like soon. So what is it like? I don't know what Evolve is. NXT is like 30 days. Maybe they get 15. I don't know. I don't know how Evolve works. So
okay. And all right, Influential Sports. If he's not with a WWE anymore, and he gets fired again, I think he's gonna get fired eventually. If this is really bad, which I don't think it is, but if it is, where should he go next? He's a talent, whether we like it or not. He's something. He needs to go somewhere.
I mean, him being a bigger guy, I could see him going to Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan, where Omos is at right now. Because even though they got the partnership with WWE, he could still do stuff there to prove his worth, forcing them to bring him back. So, I could see that being a possibility. Because I would avoid TNA because that's still a United States promotion. They could try to do it wrong, and Noah don't do stuff with WWE. They just got the partnership, so they could send him. He could go over there. I'd like to see that. But if he is still with the company, I'd like to see him get a run as the Evolve champion. I think him, because I don't think this is the right time to feed him to Oba Femi because you just brought up Jasper Troy, so you don't want it to be too crowded. So you might want to wait on that and wait till that feud is. Because I don't think they're just going to have one match. I think they might continue that feud for a little bit with Jasper Troy and Oba. So I will wait for a little bit, but I'll give him a good run and Evolve as champion.
Oh, Mr.
Hey, what's happening? What's going on?
We're about to finish.
I know. I just have to make my list surprise entrance,
Oh man, I know, man. Hold up.
Show my support.
Give us a second. Mr. CeeJayWolfy Terrell, if he's not employed, where should he go? If he's employed, how long? Where should he go? I'm sung it. I don't care. I'm I'm singing.
If he's still being Florida, I at least gave at least a month or two probably involved. Unless he probably need to go on up to NXT, do some stuff up there. But if he's not, yeah, he might need to take a trip to Japan. Like you said, he need to take a trip to Japan and go for some promotion or Noah or New Japan, either one, or no, get his stacks up.
Okay.
He's already good. Get your name out there.
Mm-hmm. You could. You can go to Ukraine and wrestle there. The Dream is doing that right now. So just have some fun with that shit.
He's not as bad as Alberto Del Rio. He won't have to do that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
He just made it. The Rio was a cool fuse or something. So
we talked about that last week on Kick. Terrell, go.
Yeah, if he's still signed with the company, which I don't know, I doubt it. It's kind of eerie. It's weird because we would have been saw him on NXT. We would have been saw Keanu on NXT. So if he is, hopefully they utilize him, and if not, I would say going to TNA would be. It'll be all right, but I see him more towards going to like ROW. Japan would be a good run for him. Or I mean, if I see him on AEW, it'd be cool if they utilize him correctly. But I'm picturing it in my head. If they do it right, it'll be amazing. But that's if they book him right. That's all.
That's true. And by the way, he's
with AEW. I'm just afraid if they're gonna book him correctly or not. But I could see like some multiverse type shit going on with like him staring at Swerve Strickland like an evil twin from a different universe or some type of shit, or just like him just invading in the match and like had a camera zooming in, shaking and shit, and he just standing in the middle of the ring and oh my god, who is this big son of a bitch and shit, whatever.
Such is life. It's kind of weird. All right. D-Walk, if Keanu, and you already know who Keanu Carver is, if he's still employed, where should he go next? If he's not employed, where should he go next?
He ought to go and wrestle with goddamn Velveteen Dream.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not giving you a button for that. You know what? There actually is a button for that. Wait a minute. If he is, he should wrestle with Velveteen Dream, and that is
absolute facts.
Or he could go and wrestle with Alberto Del Rio in high school gyms.
Okay. Now, and you get this button, D-Walk. Different show, different button, sir. Let's just.
I wouldn't want to send him back to reality wrestling.
By the way, he's not booked over there at all.
I'm sure he got a liquor store he could go and work at right down the street from him.
You lucky motherfucker. You lucky as hell you in the other show because I don't have those buttons for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it there because right now we're going right into Kick / Alex Coquito YouTube, AlexCoquito YouTube. We're going to talk about Velveteen Dream. We're going to talk about We Want Truth and how he just smartly either got his contract renewed or just did the heist of the century. Yeah. Is it a work or not? His son says no. He says no. Triple H is saying yes. John Cena is still bald. What's going to happen next? We'll see you next week with episode 15. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Let's evolve together. # let's evolve together. # evolve beyond limits. They are down in the description. They are ours. If you don't like that, nana boo boo. Don't care. Which, by the way, I want to give Influential Sports a shout out. His YouTube is going to be in the description as well. Thank you for passing by, Influential.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, man. EOD Wrestling Hub as well will have his tag under the description. Thank you, EOD 33 for passing by.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Always, man. D-Walk doesn't look drunk, so it seems like he's doing okay. Shout out Mr. Flint 810. You laugh, Terrell, but this is the reality of Mr. D-Walk. Cardi M, thank you for passing by. Don't say the what. Joe ain't here.
I'm an angel. I am a saint.
Hold up. Oh, actually, you know what? What's funny about that, ladies and gentlemen, is that I have a button for that. Give me a second.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
And Cardi M?
I'm shocked.
You're not.
What, social media?
No, just say good night.
Life, okay. Good night, y'all. It was a pleasure. And join us over on the Kick. We'll be there.
We're going to kick right now, talk about some random shit. Let's evolve together. Good night, everybody. Let's go.
Thanks for watching, and remember, like, subscribe, comment, leave your thoughts down below, and all links are in the description. See you next time where we can evolve together. Coquito out.